see on TV and the paper stands. It's the lies that they feed to keep the upper hand. And we starving for truth, so we biting in. Okay, you know what happened to it takes a whole village. Built on every single color, not privilege. If we all work together, we can fix this. Yeah, divided we fall, but together we.
Should we put Butthole Biden up?
Sure.
Look at that salty dog. Got dog pecker flies on there and everything. Sorry, I was bored this morning.
No problem.
All right. Got a little Brandon Hart rocking here. Which one do I got going here? There, we got that one. All right, here we are. Ricardo Torres back in the house. Welcome, Ricardo.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody's, sensitivities or anything with the Biden thing, but I was bored this morning, and I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I thought, he reminds me of, dog pecker flies. Like you'll see like those old dogs, like those old shaggy dogs, those old mangy things that are like in the summertime when it's really hot and they're like on the side of the road and they're like sitting over there, just like hanged up, and they got like these weird little flies buzzing around their balls, It's like, look at that, look at the dog pecker flies. I remember I said that to a dude in prison at one point because there was fruit flies everywhere. I think it was because the guy was making hooch or some shit back there. And I was like, hey, dude, man, there's dog pecker flies all over the place, And dude's like, dog pecker flies? He's like, what the fuck you saying, man? He's like, you got some of the craziest shit comes out of your mouth from Wyoming. And I'm like, you never heard of a dog pecker fly? He's like, no. And so he started up this shit. He's like, dog pecker flies only come in one size, I mean, but I don't know. I just kind of, I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something. So I thought, I'll just take Biden's face and put him on the butthole of the dog with a big old ball sack hanging off. And I found the perfect picture, and hey, it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me this doesn't work. Come on. I mean, where did it go? Oh, it's on the other one, isn't it? It's on my intro card, I think. Oh, well, I can bring it up later.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we can bring it up right now. There it is again. There it is. One more shot. Look at that. Look at that, Mr. Winky. Right there, big old butthole looking right at you.
Oh, my God.
Those dog pecker flies. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Early morning antics. I had to do something to keep me sane. So we're going to, anyway, like we were just talking, I've said enough about we're just gonna try and stay away from the shootings. Fuck this shit. I'm done with it. I've said what I had to say. I'm over it. I'm sure you all are over it too. You don't want to hear any more about it.
It's just fucking insane that every day there's a new fucking shooting,
right.
And it's like,
and then we, it's just dumb. We think that these fucking idiot politicians and lobbyists and pundits, that they're gonna change it. It's not. It's a fundamental problem, and it starts. We've watched enough about this kid.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a fuck about him. Nobody was really paying attention to what was going on. He slipped through the cracks, and unfortunately, a lot of people lost their lives. And with that, enough said. Unless you have anything else to add.
Nope. I mean,
all right. Shall we move on to Mr. Newsom?
Sure.
Gavin Newsom. He looks like Matthew McConaughey's. Like he looks like his older brother that isn't welcome at Thanksgiving dinner anymore.
But let me say that between Biden and Gavin Newsom, I'll take Gavin Newsom any day.
Oh, yeah. At least he's coherent. He might be an idiot, but at least he's coherent.
Yeah.
But there's no way the Democrats are going to. They got nothing. I mean, the only thing that they got to run on is the whole Roe v. Wade thing.
Yeah.
That's about it. And people are so stupid in this country that they don't even realize they lost their Miranda rights, and no one said a word about that.
Yeah.
It's always weird how you'll have something go through that just riles everybody up emotionally, right? Everybody gets all emotional about shit. But then in the background, they're doing other shit, and no one says nothing about it. Now, is a woman's right to her body more important than your Miranda rights? No, no, of course not. But with the abortion thing, they didn't take it away. They didn't ban it.
Yeah.
They just said, listen, this is not within the scope of the federal government.
This
is something that belongs to the states.
Yeah. So there are some states like California, Oregon, Washington who are like, hey, come here if you want to have an abortion.
They'll abort Gavin Newsom as a late-term abortion. You know, hey, Gavin, sorry, it's a late-term abortion. I mean, I heard that about, there were people literally talking about abortions after birth of a child. I was like, What?
No, that's
These are the same idiots that were saying that they should, the same feminists that say that that all men should be killed. And I'm like, do you understand how this works? Do you understand? Like, if there's no more men, there's no more women. Like, sorry, I mean, that's, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna have us all go jerk off in a cup and have the biggest giant fucking sperm box on the planet and then just kill us all?
No.
Is that the plan? And I mean, why do they always got it? I mean, they always, that's the crazy thing too. It's like I've asked, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but I mean, the lesbians, they play around with the old, the dildo.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's still the phallic thing that they're. So it's like, well, I don't know what's going on there. It's not my business.
No.
I don't need to be in anybody else's bedroom, and I don't care what goes on there.
Yeah.
Just keep it there. Like I saw earlier today, they got this little dog boy that works in the administration, and he had a website where they were selling, I can't remember what it was called, like Rent Boy, and they had underage men that were basically prostituting themselves out, and a guy that's in the administration that works for the government, this dude, he's weird. He's into that furry shit.
Yeah,
he's a weird looking little. I mean. And they were all crying and whining that their website got shut down. It's like, y'all motherfuckers should be arrested.
Yeah.
You're like involved in child trafficking.
Yeah.
Like, that's child trafficking. I mean, who cares if the kid is like voluntarily doing it? It's still a minor child that is prostituting themselves out to older men. It's like NAMBLA. Did you ever see the South Park about NAMBLA?
No.
Oh my God, that was some funny shit. Cartman decides he's way more mature than his friends.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna get online and find some of your friends, and so he gets on there and he starts typing.
No, I think I did see that one. Yeah, it's old, right?
It's old. Yeah. But he gets on there and he starts typing, and he's like, 8-year-old boy looking for mature friends, and he hits enter on the thing, and all of a sudden on the chat room it just starts bing, 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 bing. He's like, oh wow, look at this. And so he starts hanging out with NAMBLA, the North American Man Boy Love Association. That's a real thing.
I've seen
that's
that
a real thing, dude.
Yeah.
I was locked up with this guy that was in that shit, man. This dude, he come into the fucking prison, man, and I'm looking at this motherfucker. I'm like, dude, this guy is straight cho.
Yeah.
And he tried to come in the TV room, man, and I picked him up in his chair and just took him right out in the hallway. And I was like, you are not coming back in here. You're out. Dude, it's like, I mean, you could see right there. And so I went and asked, there was a CEO there that was, would let me know what's up. And I was like, and she's like, dude, she's like NAMBLA. And I'm like, wait, like South Park NAMBLA? And she's like, it's a real thing. And I'm like, I'm like, wait, what? It's a female CEO. She's like, yeah. She's like, NAMBLA. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, And she was telling me, I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, oh my God.
So it was real, like when I saw the episode, I thought it was just.
Yeah, they made it up. It's
right?
Like, yeah.
Who would come up with NAMBLA? I mean, and then to find out that here I am, and there's this guy in my unit that's part of that shit, And
so it's the North
American Man Boy Love Association. It's a real fucking thing, man. I'll look it up on here too.
Oh my God, no!
But we were started on Newsom, so let's go. Let's go. We're gonna play a little clip here from Newsom and what he's doing now. A little pretext here. I'm sure everybody knows, but Newsom took out some advertising down in Florida, right? And as we know, Newsom's the governor of California, the great state of California. California. He's an idiot. He looks like Matthew McConaughey's older brother that's not welcome at Thanksgiving anymore. That type of guy. Like, oh no, not you're not welcome at Thanksgiving, man. You're gonna make mom upset. You're gonna get drunk and stupid. Just no. And McConaughey is his little brother. Like, hey man, keep it cool, man. Just mellow. So Newsom takes out advertisement in Florida, and he's trying to talk people.
DeSantis,
he's trying to talk people in Florida. He's trying to talk him into moving back to California. And I guess this year there's been 60,000 people from California that have gotten driver's licenses in Florida. And there's been a mass exodus out of California. You've got people shitting on the streets. You've got poop patrol in San Francisco. You've got homelessness is out of control.
Oh, absolutely. Let me say that.
And this guy thinks that.
Like in the beaches in LA, it was like crazy how many homeless people are there. It's like,
on Venice Beach there.
Yeah, it's like insane.
When you told me you went there, I was just like, Oh.
Yeah. No, we were only there for like an hour, and they were like, all right, yeah, let's just
Yeah.
go.
That place used to be goofy.
Yeah.
Like it used to be goofy, like goofy people and
Yeah.
weird kind of zany shit going on, but now it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, it is. It's borderline, just like, whew. All right. Anyway, we'll play this clip here from old Matthew McConaughey's older brother that's not welcome at Thanksgiving anymore. That's what we're going to start referring to this guy as. All right. We'll get a little volume and we'll listen to his little commercial here to get everybody to go.
California Governor Gavin Newsom waging, and I mean
Let me take the
a
logo off.
total war
There.
on red states. The left-wing
Total
leader
war.
trying to make the case that what America really needs right now is more of his state's failed progressive policies. Newsom has been bashing Republican-led states for weeks and is even running ads in Florida encouraging people to move to California.
Freedom, it's under attack in your state.
Oh, is it?
Leaders, they're banning books.
You don't have the freedom to be homeless.
To vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living
That was a
in Florida
woman?
to join the fight. Or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to choose.
Freedom to burn down buildings
Freedom
and
to love.
be home.
Don't let them take your freedom.
Okay.
Newsom appears to have
No.
an eye on 2024, and this new poll
What a goofball. This fucking goofball.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you even, he should be embarrassed. I mean, he should be absolutely, and they're saying he's a stronger candidate than Kamala Harris.
Well, yeah.
How bad is the Democrat Party
Yeah.
when that's your choice? Folks, ooh. I mean, I'm not saying vote Republican either. I'm saying both. They're both. All of them are screwed up. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at honestly. Like, I mean, we need to start looking at things fiscally.
Yeah.
I mean, and I honestly think that's a reason for a lot of people going fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Because you trace it back to, I mean, this thing started in, I think it was March 13th of 2020 was when the kids here went home from school.
Yeah.
And I think it happened before that in a lot of other places, but
It was like March 18th.
it was March
or
13th.
13th.
Oh yeah, I remember the date. and I mean, so you had kids out of school for
Yeah.
almost 2 years. And in some places, they're still making kids wear masks
Yeah.
in New York City. I mean, this is not even a thing anymore. I mean, even the monkeypox. They tried with the monkeypox, and I mean, you haven't heard a thing about that.
Yeah, no.
Nothing about the monkeypox. They just come up with a different catastrophe every other day. That
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck, and it's weird that these. Speaking of the catastrophes, I'm not trying to get back off on this again, but it seems like all these young people, these young men, because I've yet to see a young woman do a mass shooting. It seems like they're all known to law enforcement. They're all probably
Yeah.
on an FBI watch list, and somehow they're still getting their hands on firearms. And
that should be more protected.
Right.
I don't know. It's like,
but I mean, if a dude's set on killing people too, though,
yeah.
I mean, if you run, I mean, you could run down the damn street with a machete in the middle of a parade and kill 6 people very quickly,
Yeah.
just as easily as you can with a gun. The fact of the matter is that kid was a coward. He was a coward, and that was by disassociating himself, the distance between him and his little hidey hole, and not actually doing the deed. I mean, they're cowards.
Yeah.
Anybody that does something like that's cowards. Anyway, I didn't mean to get back off on that. We'll talk about old Newsom. So yeah, it's funny the Democrats are talking about bringing this guy on board. I mean, they just tried to recall him in California.
Yeah.
Larry Elder was running against him, and they called Larry Elder a white supremacist. That's how screwy